the visual I just got from that sentence made me feel nauseous. I don't have the words for this right now. Oh my god. Is my head cut off? Okay. Hello creeps, Andy here, and I just filmed another video, but we've got to talk, you and I, because I think it's time to go on another extreme horror reading journey with all of you. I recently did an extreme horror book haul, and even though I said I wasn't going to buy any more books, I did. So I have a few more to add on to this. I've selected a few that I would like to read this week, which I'll show you in just a moment, but I don't know how many of these I'm going to get through. I'm not going to be able to finish one a day. I read about 100 pages a day, so especially when I've got other videos and other stuff to do. So I don't know if I'll be able to read all of these or just some. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm very excited to read these extreme horror books with you. It is October, so I'm hoping that these are disturbing. I'm hoping they are dark. I'm hoping they're creepy, and I'm hoping they bother me and I can't sleep for the next month, because that's what I want in my October. So let me introduce the books that I have selected for this week, and then we'll go through day by day and we'll see how many of these I can get through and how many I cannot. So the first one I have is It's Me, Charlie. This is by C.M. Guidross. This is a very, very short book. I have seen a lot of people talk about how disturbing it is. We'll kind of go through each one before we read them, but I really want to read this one. I've heard that it really bothered some people, so very intrigued by that. The next one I want to read is Gone to See the Riverman by Christopher Triana. A lot of you said that you really enjoyed this. The back just sounds fantastic. It sounds interesting, and I am all for reading this during October. Very excited. This one, you sick, disturbing people, is one that you guys have recommended to me. It is The Slob by Erin Beauregard, and so I will read it. I gotta be honest, Playground was pretty mild in comparison to some of the other books that I read, so I don't know how gross this is gonna be, but I'm open. I'm up for the challenge. So this is on my list for this week. I also have Shotgun Nun. This is by Harrison Phillips. I haven't seen this book anywhere. I just saw it on Amazon and I said, I gotta read about killer nuns. So I purchased it, and I feel like it's a great book to read during October. I don't know. So excited about that. Ow. And the next one I bought was Talia by Daniel J. Is it Volpe? I don't know. Correct my pronunciation, please. This just looks creepy. This is one that I haven't actually read the back of before. I just purchased it, so this will be, you know, a surprise to all of us. So this is where we're headed this week. I will leave timestamps for all of this down below. Hi, really quick, sorry, my dogs are chewing on bones, so you'll probably hear that in the background, but I ended up not getting to all of these books, and instead of one of them, I ended up reading His Pain, so that's why you'll see that one later, but I just wanted to introduce it up front so you guys know what you're getting into. Okay, thanks. If you guys just want to see me read a certain book or, you know, whatever. But I hope you will join me on this disturbing reading journey. I'm very excited. So I think today I'm going to read the smaller one because I'm in the middle of off season and I'd really like to get that book finished as well. So let me read the back and just kind of give you a synopsis of it before we get into reading it, just so you know what it's about. Okay, so it seems like somebody, like an online stalker kind of, read every book that this person has ever published and become a little obsessed with them. Yeah, okay. So let's see how disturbing It's Me, Charlie is. It's a lot later, but don't judge this. I'm really good at taking books off of my bookshelf, not so good at putting them back. And now I can't find the book that I was gonna read. Where the flip did I put it? Oh, it's right here. Okay. So I'm back. I just got back from a 2-mile walk. So now I'm ready to read. So let's jump into It's Me, Charlie. This is considered extreme horror. If you are triggered by violence, sexual violence, torture, gore, and spit, then this is not the book for you. Spit. Not too bad so far. He's just creepy and he's like stalking this girl that he met online. And he keeps saying that she's moving in with him, so, but they haven't met yet, so I'm a little nervous to see how that comes about. He also believes that because she's writing smut, that he knows what she wants out of a man. Okay, I understand why there's a warning about spit. I pucker my lips and suck up her urine. The acidic taste coats my tongue, and it's too bitter for my liking, but I need to show her I will do anything for her. Almost done. Honestly, still not as bad as I thought it was going to, but I'll give you an update once I finish. Welcome back. Today is Tuesday. Good morning, or evening. It is 5:30. Last night I finished It's Me, Charlie. I'm a little confused because I could have sworn that people were talking about how disturbing this book was, how creepy it was, and it wasn't creepy. It was a fun read, and the guy abducts the girl that he's obsessed with, and then you kind of see, you know, what happens from there. I really liked the main character. I liked how he really wasn't understanding any social cues, and she would be crying, and he, you know, after he abducts her, and he's like, oh, she's crying because she loves me so much. And that was throughout the whole story. I thought that he was a really interesting character. Oh, like here she said, she's mad at me for not trusting her. No, I think she's mad at you for abducting her. But anyways, it was still a fun story. It was more on the sexual side, which I guess when you're picking up an extreme horror book, you just don't know if it's going to be, you know, super sexual or bloody. Like, those are two very distinct subcategories in the extreme horror section. So this one was definitely more on the sexual side, so keep that in mind. Wasn't what I was expecting at all, and I don't know if that's because I misread what people were saying about it. I'm not sure, but I'm craving just some like dark stuff. So I'm gonna go next with Gone to See the Riverman by Christopher Triana. I'm hoping that this is messed up. It says that there's a girl named Lori, and she has an obsession with a convicted serial killer, and she'll do anything for him. So he tells her that she has to go to a cabin in the woods to retrieve a key to deliver to a mysterious figure known as the Riverman. So this sounds super creepy, and I'm hoping it gets me in the mood for October, because it's still like, I'm wearing a sweater, but it's still pretty warm outside. It doesn't feel like, I mean, it feels like LA October, but I'm having a hard time getting into like the horror movie, you know, creepy feels of the month, just because it's so warm and still feels like very much so like summer. So hopefully Gone to See the Riverman will do that. Let's give it a read, and let's hope that it is disturbing. Starting off strong. Listen to this first line. This is great. There's only two places anyone can find peace: the woods and the grave. Oh, what beautiful writing. His musings always held some grim underlining, like a black coat of paint beneath a myriad of colors. Wow, that's good. I like that. Interesting. I like this. So this woman, she's talking crap about this other person who's writing to the serial killer, and she says that she was just a bizarre person who was romantically infatuated with a serial killer who'd been sensationalized in the media, but the things between her and the serial killer were too deep and too complex to be duplicated. So she feels like she's not being creepy or weird by writing a serial killer in prison. Okay, super quick. I didn't film anything else yesterday. It is currently 7 p.m. now. I slept like this much last night. I'm exhausted. But anyways, I finished reading in bed last night, and really the only thing that you missed is about 70 or 80 pages into Gone to See the Riverman. I was reading and I went audibly. I said this audibly. Oh, didn't see that coming. That's all you missed. So anyways, we're gonna finish Gone to See the Riverman tonight, and probably start, instead of the other ones that I picked up, I kind of want to start His Pain. So we'll do all that, but tonight's kind of a chilly night, and so I think I want to go get a hot chocolate and curl up on the couch and read. So I think that's the plan for tonight. Hot chocolate, blanket, book, dog. Let's read. Hot. Isn't he so cute?
Spoiled.
He deserves it after being neglected by his previous owners. Remember how yesterday you said you'd rather take on a bear than an alligator?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, I said that. Would you rather take on a bear or a bobcat?
Mountain lion.
As a mountain lion, that's what I meant, not a bobcat.
Mountain lion.
I feel like I could take a bear. I don't know why.
So, I think they run like 30 miles an hour or something stupid.
I could run 35. So, I finished my video that's going up tomorrow. It's 3:40 in the morning. I have probably like 20 pages-ish left of this guy. Oh, this book is really, really cool. This is probably a good time to say that I can't really go into too much detail about why they're extreme horror books, especially this one, 'cause I feel like it would give everything away if I told you. So, you know, just know I'm not recommending these books to everyone. However, this one is really cool. It's really unique. Can I actually read you a few of my favorite lines that I've found so far? I liked this quote. It says, "All the world is guilty. It's just a matter of degree." Like that. And then this one says, "There were only two shades to everything now, crimson and shadow." Also a good line. Okay, now I'm gonna get to reading. No, 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 no. Wow, what a great last line. Okay, I don't have the words for this right now, so we'll talk tomorrow. Hello, don't mind this. This is my tent for my cat. But last night I finished Gone to See the Riverman. Today my plan is to read His Pain, but I do have an appointment and some other stuff that I have to do, so I'm going to probably start later on in the night. But I just wanted to say hello and give you a kind of update on Gone to See the Riverman. I had such a blast with this book. This was a lot of fun. I thought that it was going to be, you know, how the back says, just somebody who's gone to see the Riverman who has a task to go and meet him, and it says on the back that they don't know if he's actually a man or something a little bit supernatural or what, but the book has a lot more complexity than I was expecting. It definitely is a book about a lot more than just that. The character is just so interesting. The main character is so interesting. The ending was fantastic. I can't really give too much away. It's one of those books that, like, if I tell you anything, it's gonna give away what happens. Yeah, I don't think that it was like crazy. Morella? Oh, my cat jumped on the counter. Boy, she's driving me crazy today. Okay, anyways, it's not like the most extreme horror book, but there definitely are some things in here that would disturb people. I mean, there's things that would disturb people, but I'm saying, like, if you're gonna pick it up, oh, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. Are you apologizing for being so evil all the time? You're so sweet. It's, I don't think, like the most intense extreme horror book, but there are things in there that would bother some people, definitely. But otherwise, I had a blast with it. I thought it was a great book. I wish I could give you a little bit more of a synopsis without giving anything away, but I'm too worried that I will. Not recommending this for everyone, but if you're into extreme horror, I think that this was so fun. So anyways, next up, His Pain, and I will see you later and we'll pick it up and we'll start reading it. Okay, bye for now. Oh my goodness, I did not see that coming. What a heartwarming moment. I wish I could explain more what was going on, but I don't want to ruin the book for anybody. But man, this book has been so unexpected. A lot different than I thought it was going to be. I mean, same but different. I'm really enjoying it so far. The agony described in this book is just wild. Like, this boy is just in constant pain. His thalamus, I think it is, I don't know, is like overstimulated, and so everything he experiences, his brain interprets as pain. So taste, smell, hearing, sound, you know, all of it. It's excruciating to him. And wow, it's been an interesting read so far. But you know what it kind of reminds me of? The Hellbound Heart by Clive Barker. Okay, I won't use names of characters or anything, but just listen to this. He felt a twinge of pride as he watched blank hacking away at the woman's esophagus, trying to chop through her cervical vertebrae to remove her head. No! No, not again, not again, not again, not again, not again, not again. No! No, no, please no, please no, please no, please no, please no. Do you guys ever feel when you're reading extreme horror books like this should, like you're reading something you shouldn't be reading, like it's illegal? Okay. Oh, no. I thought we were in the clear. We are not. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? I don't want to read it. I don't want to read it. This part is so gross. Oh my goodness. Can I finish this? This is so fucked up. Oh, the visual I just got from that sentence made me feel nauseous. Oh, this is painful. I was wondering why I had a headache, and now it all makes sense. I am honestly struggling to get these last pages read. Oh, I am struggling. And you know what? The first half of this, I was like, this isn't too bad. You know, it's really raw and you could feel the pain, but it's not that bad. And then I got to the second half. I will never know what life was again before reading this. Oh my gosh. It just keeps getting more visual. Let the scene be over. Let the scene be over. Please let the scene be over. Oh my god. Do you want to read this book too? I don't think that you'll like it very much. It's pretty messed up. I think I need a minute. How is there still 30% of this book left? I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Okay, it's over. I just finished it. I think I need to collect my thoughts before we discuss this, but what a horrendous, but also kind of beautiful book. Oh man, I have lots of thoughts on this one, but I'm gonna try to sleep because it's 4 o'clock in the morning and cry myself to sleep. So I will see you tomorrow. We will reconvene, recap this, read one more book, and then this vlog will be over. See you tomorrow. It's the next day. It is Friday now. And so let's talk a little bit about his pain. I took a little bit of notes so we can discuss it today. Man, that book was crazy. The book is really about how pain and pleasure are linked. And in that way, and in a few other ways, it kind of reminded me of the Hellbound Heart. Specifically how Frank is seeking these otherworldly pleasures, and then pleasure and pain kind of go hand in hand, although a very unique story in itself. So I told you it's about this boy who all he experiences is pain, and he finds someone, or his parents find someone who believes that they can help him resolve his pain and live a somewhat normal life, but they don't know if they've gone too far by hiring this person. That's kind of all I'll say with that one. And I did think that the story was a little bit more complex than I thought it was going to be. Let me read you this quote really quick from the book, because I think that this kind of, without giving anything away, kind of sums up what I found almost beautiful about the book, which I know it's a disturbing book and blah blah blah. This comment really was interesting. So this is the boy, and he's talking to his father about the pain that he experienced, and he said, "You told me what I felt wasn't normal, that there was joy and beauty in the world. You lied, all of you. Happiness is an illusion. It's the pain that's real. Joy is just a brief interval between periods of grief and just heightens and accentuates it. When I didn't know happiness, I could live with this torture. If this sorrow was constant like my pain, then maybe I could, but happiness keeps us from getting used to it. It gives you false hope so that it can crush you when all the hurt comes back." And holy shit, what a paragraph that was. This kind of reminds me of this song that I've been listening to. Obviously, this is more of a pessimistic take, and I'm not going to go and like read you the lyrics to the song, but basically it says that if you focus on everything negative in life, it'll destroy you. It's impossible to focus on every bad thing that happens. But at the same time, if you let everything in the world, if you keep that out and you don't experience anything, then you're gonna miss the most beautiful and amazing things. And although this book was definitely more on the pessimistic side, I do think that there was more to the story than just that. I think this paragraph kind of sums it up for me. Man, this life is painful and nobody asked for it, and you know, nobody knows what's in store for them. And once they experience the horrendous parts of the world, it is almost impossible to live in that illusion that we lived in when we were kids, that life is so great. You know, it's hard, it sucks. But I do also think that on the opposite side of this, this book does make you think about, like, yeah, it is hard and it does suck, but man, is it also fucking beautiful. And that's at least what I took away from it. I'm sure other people have their own interpretations of the story. For me, the story was more a comment on how deeply life hurts, and it's not for the faint of heart, but we're here because we've learned to take pleasure in it. And to me, it gave me such a positive outlook on the story that I don't know was necessarily written in it, but I think if you read between the lines, at least that's what I got from it. So I don't know, as messed up as the story was, because trust me, it was messed up, I also thought that there was something kind of beautiful about it too. And call me fucked up if you want to. I don't care. But I really did enjoy that story, and I'm super excited to read other work from him, because that was one of the best extreme horror books I've ever read in my life. Thank you to whomever recommended that author to me, because he is just right up my alley. I really enjoyed that one. So anyways, I was trying to read books that I would get done in one day, and I do have a whole list of books, but I really want to read Talia by Daniel J. I don't know if it's Velope or Velope. I'm not sure. You guys, I'm sure, will correct me. But the back just says, in the early 1990s, the rising popularity of the video cassette gave birth to a seedy underground world of illicit pornography. Talia, a Midwest dancer, leaves town in search of fame under the blinding Broadway lights, but nothing has prepared her for what she finds instead: savage violence, bottomless depravity, and no way out. Is it depravity or depravity? I always say that word wrong. Talia will unapologetically drag you into the foul underbelly of society, a sanity-staining journey full of bloodshed, full of hot bloodshed and betrayal. So I really want to read this one. So what I'm going to do is, it's 200 pages. I'll probably only read 100 pages tonight, and then I'll finish it maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. I don't know. We'll see where the time takes us. Might be a different day, might be the same day. I don't know. It's a mystery even to me. After I finish this, because this video is not going to go up for a week or two, I will come back and I'll give you kind of a wrap up of each of the books that I read. I'll rank them from the least intense to the most intense, as well as my least favorite, even though I've enjoyed all of them so far, to my most favorite. And then we'll go from there. So let's get started on Talia. Okay, alrighty. The very first few words. The strap-on dildo. Okay, we're in for a ride. Oh, okay, let me read you the rest of this. The strap-on dildo was nearly the size of a fire extinguisher. This is gonna be, I already know, like a super sexual book, and I'm not the biggest fan, but I don't like reading this stuff, so this will be interesting for me. I'm such a prude. Okay. Marlo's upset by this too. Well, you know, pegging in the first chapter of a book on page 1, I mean, you know you're in for a ride. All right, I'm gonna read this, and then we'll come back and reconvene. I'm just gonna give you a wrap up really quick, if you don't mind. I just finished Talia, and this book was a lot different than I thought it was going to be. I knew that it was going to be sexual, and so I didn't think I was gonna like it. I'm not a huge fan of sexual stuff, even though all these books were. I feel like it made sense to the book. It wasn't just like gross to be, I mean, they're gross, don't get me wrong, but I feel like they made sense to the characters or the story, particularly in this one. It's, yeah, just about this girl, and she ends up accidentally falling into, well, I guess she's forced more into falling in with the wrong people, and ends up going from making porn videos to making more snuff style videos, and things just escalate and get out of control. I think it's a comment on how women can be treated, like how awfully women can be treated, especially in some industries. It was actually a really interesting story. I don't want to give too much away, but I will say like halfway through it kind of takes a turn. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. So let me rank them from least disturbing to most disturbing. It's Me, Charlie was the least disturbing. Really wasn't all too bad. Next up, I would probably say is Gone to See the Riverman. Although this one and His Pain both had stories in it and just messed up parts that were in there. I would say that one's next. And then I would say His Pain comes after that one. Pretty messed up parts in there, but the whole story wasn't horrible. But Talia, is it Talia or Talia? I don't know. But this one, it was pretty much just messed up from beginning to end. This is also one that you'd probably want to check warnings about. There's like consensual stuff in there and a lot of stuff that might bother people. But real quick, let me tell you my least favorite to most favorite. Again, we're starting with It's Me, Charlie, just because I thought it was going to be really disturbing and it was extremely mild. Still enjoyed it though. I still thought it was an interesting read. Next, I would say Talia. Again, I really enjoyed this one, but I just don't love reading 200 pages of sexual stuff. Like, it just makes me feel uncomfortable, if I'm honest. I would say Gone to See the Riverman is next. This one I really enjoyed. This one really surprised me in a lot of ways, and there's a lot more complexities to the story than I thought there was going to be. But man, front and center, His Pain. This story was awesome, and I thought that although it's a dark and dismal story, I felt like there was positive to be taken from it, or at least in my own interpretation. So I don't know if other people read it that way, but man, I really loved this one. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have read these or if you've read other books by these authors, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time with another horror video. Bye.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper.